Hello, hi. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to tell you about quite an exciting new development for Nicodonia in 2025. Recently, I've written a book, and this book is called The 36 Rules of Legal Writing. Because what happened was, many years ago, when I was working at DLA Piper, unfortunately, perhaps simply because I'm a British person, a native English speaker, well, I was very often asked to edit different memoranda and emails and contracts. And I have to say, this wasn't my favourite activity to do, but, well, if I'm asked to do it, then I can do it. So, slowly but surely, a really interesting thing began to happen. I started to notice that the mistakes that were being made could really be categorised into perhaps a couple of dozen, 3 dozen maybe, different types. You know, I noticed many of the lawyers and partners having the inappropriate use of passive voice. My little tip would be simply don't use passive voice. Or a certain spectrum of issues regarding prepositions. And don't get me started regarding commas. Commas in English are just terrible, especially in legal writing. Well, over the years, to save time, when I gave feedback about these mistakes, I began to categorise 36 different rules, or what would later become 36 different rules, that if you follow these simple, relatively simple rules, you can avoid around 90% of these common mistakes. These mistakes, strangely enough, didn't depend on the language of the lawyers, whether they were Slavic or Romance languages, Germanic languages. They seemed to be quite similar. More recently, I expanded that into a book, into a training course. And now, in 2025, we're launching this as a new service. This is called the 36 Rules of Legal Writing. There are 6 different sessions, each of themselves covering 6 different topics. And the idea here is you're going to save a huge amount of time, a great amount of time, in improving your writing, your legal writing, by using these 36 rules. You don't need to study English and take courses over years and years. That won't necessarily help you. But the time savings that a partner or a managing partner can enjoy, I'm thinking about the terrible situation for reviewing memoranda. It can be quite tedious. The time savings are going to be quite profound. So, based on my experience with over 500 law firms the last 20 years, in over 80 countries, I think this is quite a unique kind of course. It can be done online, it can be done in person with me in different locations. So if you're interested, drop me a message. I can do a free demo session with you and with the lawyers and see if this is something that might be useful to, again, save a lot of time in your document review and in your document completion. Thank you.